Okay. In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this channel is not to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Dragon King Mark here, and welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong, Part 67. Last we left off, we infiltrated the Namazu Research Complex. We discovered that Shawase not only was working on the biochemical... okay. We basically found out that Shawase wasn't just working on some biochemical stuff, diseases, and a bunch of other things. They were also working on creating sleeper agents to infiltrate them into other corporations with Chrome. We just took out some of their test subjects, and now we finally reached the area we need to enter to gain access to the cure. Oh, that is not good. Let's get started. If you like what you all see, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to stay updated when I'm going to upload. Let's get down to it. Also, to the 7% people who have watched this in Switzerland, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Let's get down to it. Ooh, nice pad. The door is sealed tight. An access panel beside it flashes red. Laboratory Gamma 4 quarantine. Security lockdown engaged. Access level Omega 4 required for entry. Locked. Shouldn't be a problem though. Try the key code that you picked up, Sengshan. If I remember correctly, it should have the appropriate credentials. Let's swipe it. You lift the card to the slot, but before you can slide it through, the figure of a frightened woman erupts onto the scanner screen. Dr. Janet Tang. I told you before, you can't come in here. Her breaths come in tight, panicked gasps. She's doing her best to stay calm, but she's clearly terrified. I don't like repeating myself, so listen, please. This lab is restricted for a reason. Besides the obvious fact that it's full of deadly contagions, it also contains highly sensitive and very expensive equipment that only trained scientists can handle. You barge in here and mishandle a single vial, and you will, in all likelihood, infect yourself with whatever is inside. That would be a disaster, and I mean that quite literally. Guess you better give me some incentive not to mishandle any vials then. Beads of sweat traced their way down her forehead. Are you joking or are you just crazy? How many times do I have to tell you what'll happen if you come to here and make a mistake? Rector scoffs at her. Come now, Doctor. Given the remote access precautions that these labs take, I seriously doubt that exposure is a serious risk. If there is anything like the labs that we had back in Russia, anything that could pose a serious threat is hidden behind rows of negative pressure with safety nets, and accessible only via remote-operated Waldo frames. I didn't come this far just to turn back now. Oh, it automatically saves. Let's see what's in here. Nothing. There's the doctor. Let's do a quick looky around. Oh, if we had God, but we could access whatever the hell that is in there. I'm guessing a decaying creature. So yeah, I'm streaming this early because there's going to be a storm later this afternoon, and I want to at least get this done before then. Hey, Doc. Dr. Janet Tang stands firm. Given the situation, she looks remarkably well composed. She waits calmly as you approach, her shoulders held rigid and her arms crossed over her chest. Her two associates shuffle awkwardly behind her, their hands shaking. They both look terrified. I told you not to come in here. You shouldn't be in here. Her tone is firm, but there's a slight tremor in her voice. Listen to me. You made a horrible mistake. One wrong move, and you'll release God knows what into the room. If you work with me instead of against me, we can all leave in one piece. She raises her hands in a calming gesture. I understand, and we're willing to cooperate with you to move things along faster. We don't want to get out of here alive. So, this is me cooperating. You tell me what you want, and I'll give it to you. No more arguments. Right now, I can't help but wonder why you devote your life to creating biological weapons. Because Namazu isn't just a weapons factory. Far from it, in fact. My lab has spent the lion's share of its time creating treatments for lethal and degenerative diseases. Only 10% of our resources are spent on destructive pathogens. The vast majority of what we do here is benign in nature. We're curing people, not killing them. So tell me about your super disease. Convince me it's worth leaving you alive. The doctor blinks at you. Her voice goes cold. You're talking about pathogen GT90009 SARS-3. That's the one. Tell me about it. I can't. I'm sorry, but all information on GT0... She cuts herself off. I mean, SARS-3 is classified. And for good reason. It's one of the worst things we've ever produced in this lab. We can't let you... Her eyes fly open. You're not here to take GT0009, are you? Please tell me that isn't what you're here to do. Remember what we agreed on. Help me and no one gets hurt. Don't go back on that now. She glances at her associates, both cowering behind her and shaking violently. You can hear one of them murmuring something in a language unknown to you. In the cadence of the words, you'd guess that it's a prayer. She exhales slowly through her rebreather. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. SARS-3 is a Category 4 lethal pathogen. It's 99.98% fatal, excruciatingly painful, and it kills within a matter of weeks. As of right now, the only cure is a prototype antibody treatment. We're still working on fine-tuning it. In case you haven't been paying attention, I'm going to say this one more time. SARS-3 is terrible. It's easily the cruelest, most infectious, and most lethal thing ever to have come out of this lab. It cannot be allowed into the wild. I want to know about how SARS-3 kills. The disease works by replicating the identifying features of white blood cells. It tricks the immune system into ignoring it, and then it self-replicates at an exponential rate. During this early phase, while it's colonizing the body, a patient doesn't experience any overt systems. Just a mild temperature and an elevated white blood cell count. That's it. She pauses. Are you sure you want me to go on? It's pretty gruesome. Keep it coming. Alright, okay, here we go. Once the virus has thoroughly colonized the host, it begins a devastating attack on the body. It rapidly infects epithelial cells, inserting its own RNA at such a tremendous rate that the cell membranes rupture, spewing cytoplasm and virulence into surrounding cells. By the time the attack has begun, the damage dealt is almost immediately irreversible. What kind of damage are we talking about? What does this thing actually do to people? The virus introduces a hypersensitivity reaction in its host. Lungs fill with mucus and sputum, leading to hypoxia. Victims drown in their own fluids. We spent a long time developing GT0009. The secret was hybridizing the standard SARS coronavirus with a third strain of virality-induced toxic algae syndrome, Vitus 3. That's why standard treatments don't work. Oh god, they literally weaponized the coronavirus. That's goddamn horrible. Yeah, well, don't want to be an I told you so, but... She shrugs. It's a bioweapon. They don't have much deterrent value if they aren't horrible. She sighs, her eyelids heavy. Anyway, there you have it. SARS-3. My baby. I'm not exactly proud of having made it. Tell me about the cure. How do we fix somebody who's already been exposed? We developed a strain of monoclonal antibodies in tandem with the disease. It isn't perfect, but it still works. That's the only cure. I was attacked by some test subject of yours on my way here. Care to tell me anything about that? Ah. Tang's eyes scanned the ground at her feet. I suppose that there's no withholding information at this point, is there? Nope. You can see the doctor's cheeks pulled downward as she frowns beneath her mask. She nods her head somberly. The two researchers behind her, the doctor mimic her gesture, their heads bobbing up and down like a couple of pigeons. They're part of a study called Project Silver Dream. Every subject has been implanted with a prototype BTL chip. The goal of the project is to create a perfect switch for sleeper agents and spies, one that can remain undetected by current scanning and identification technology. As of right now, the project is still in early testing. Our subjects are more often used as testbeds for new cyberware, while the Silver Dream BLT chip is being refined. A necessary adaptation considering that our field experiments have only achieved partial successes thus far. Unfortunately, we haven't always been able to maintain complete control over the test subjects. The Silver Dream team is still working on that. Your run-in with the test subjects wasn't an accident. I'm sure that you'd figured out already. It was a hasty decision on my end. You already know why I did it. They were the only thing standing between you and my lab. I was trying to avoid a containment breach. I stand by the decision for what it's worth. These test subjects of yours, is there any way to disconnect them from whatever you're feeding into their heads? The program runs on a... The program runs on a delicate framework. Casual tinkering with the system could be dangerous, not just for our machines, but for the test subjects as well. If you really want to disconnect the test subjects, there's a particular order that you need to do it in. First, you'll need to disconnect the matrix interlocks. Then you'll need to initiate a supervised override of the Simpsons feeds. Trying to do anything with the test subjects without observing the proper procedures would be disastrous. If I were to try it myself without help and with proper permissions, I'd probably flub it. That would in turn trigger the station's matrix defenses, which would only make a bad situation worse. If you want to do anything with those test subjects, knock yourself out, but don't expect me to help. I know when I'm over my head. And what about this facility? Can it really help your project keep your project safely inside? I want details. Well, nothing's never completely foolproof, but any project as sensitive as ours requires a lot of very careful controls and strict adherence to procedure. Shawase is very strict about safety for obvious reasons. She begins ticking off items on her fingers. Reducing a number of potential exposures is one way that we've prepared for an outbreak scenario. We run on a skeleton crew, maybe 200 workers at most. As you can imagine, living down here for long periods can be difficult, and people rarely acclimate enough to last more than a couple of months. To prevent our projects from suffering, Shawase cycles its employees out every 14 weeks. There are no break days while working the underwater cycle, but we're greatly compensated during our off months. Still, people find a way to get bored, so we try not to keep anyone on staff that we don't need. Most of our security and menial labor is handled by drones. We still have a few flesh and blood security personnel. I think the Commander Gara has been down here longer than anybody. But mostly, it's all drones with a blue-collar work. The doctor gives you a sideways look. This can't be why you broke into my lab. I guess that I can understand how you might be curious about an underwater laboratory. But I don't know all that much, really. Only what I've been told. Only what I've told you. Could any of the Silver Dream test subjects have been infected with the SARS-3? No. No way. There wasn't a researcher on the station who would do such a thing. She stops, as if stricken by a thought. Wait. Dr. The guy came to me a couple of months ago asking for a SARS-3 sample. I did think it was unusual at the time. All of us in Gamma 4 need the occasional sample for further studies, but... But what? As far as I know, I never received a report on that sample. The sample itself was never returned either. The way their system works, it's impossible to take or return samples without our computers logging in the transaction. Which means either he still has it, or he used it somehow. The last of the color drains from Tang's face. His numbers were slipping too. We were contacted by the board not long before he requested that sample, but I can't imagine he'd be desperate enough to use it in such a risky and uncontrollable environment. And on such valuable subjects. I have to concede that it's a possibility, though. Cough. You know, those test subjects looked a little pale, and maybe even sick. Do you think... The doctor instinctively raises her hands to cover her mouth and nose. You can't be serious! If you were infected, then... Her eyes dart back and forth as she runs through the variables in her head. No, you should be fine. It takes more exposure than a shared space. If you had prolonged exposure, maybe, but... No. Risk is 1 in a million. You're fine. I've heard enough. Now, there's just a matter of what to do with you and your team. She raises her arms, palms towards you. She's sweating. Wait! Just wait. Before you do anything, please listen. We aren't bad people. We're scientists who were assigned to a dreadful task and who did whatever they had to keep their jobs. That kind of thing happens to everybody. I bet that's even happened to you once or twice. Please, don't hold our professionalism against us. Let us go and maybe we can do some good out there. We'll find a different corporation to work for and better projects to pursue. Don't kill us. I'm not like you, Doc. I don't kill unless I have to, and I don't make any excuses for myself when I do. But take your men and get out of here. Janet's head jolts up in surprise. Her associates look at each other as if they were expecting you to change your mind, or maybe convince you to your words are a trick. She takes a step forward. Her voice stutters. I don't know what to say. I didn't think you'd... Thank you for sparing us. I won't forget this. Duncan grunts as Tang and her researchers pass through the door. Not much we could have gotten from them anyway. Anyone else want to get the hell out of here? With the sterilization countdown running, the Silver Dream dogs on our heels, and whatever horrible diseases might be floating around, the sub is sounding awfully nice about now. Our client requested a cure, Duncan. We cannot leave before finding it. It should be somewhere within his laboratory, likely under heavy guard given what the Dr. Tang told us. The flashing light of a nearby console catches your eye. With a status click, a handful of monitors mounted around the lab display of unfamiliar face. Attention all staff, this is Commander Gara. I've ordered a red level security lockdown due to the facility intrusion. All personnel should drop whatever they're doing and report to the safe rooms in Sector 9 immediately. The security breach has triggered an automated sterilization sweep. In 30 minutes' time, a squadron of drones will deoxygenate the premises to prevent the escape of any loose pathogens. If you haven't reported to Sector 9 by that time, you're done. You will not survive the sweep. A siren blares over the intercoms as the lab monitors replace Commander Gar's hard features with a countdown timer. Moments later, a computer-generated voice activates. Matrix system wipe initiated. Sterilization systems on standby. All personnel report to Sector 9. Well, that couldn't spell it out for any of us clearer than that. If we stay, we die. The demolished sector's commanders will no doubt have localized overrides for the trams. We'll need to eliminate them to escape. Let's not die, but what about all those test subjects? They didn't choose this fate. Shawase made the decision for them. Should we lock them up or set them free? Your call, Sangshan. Once the Matrix lockdown is in place, we'll lose the opportunity to do anything regarding the test subjects. Every computer down here will be encrypted to hell and back. If you want to intervene on the test subjects' behalf, either set them free or to lock them away for safekeeping. We'll need to do it before that timer is up. Rounds until system shutdown. Crap. And this is why we need Isabel with us. Let's grab this. SARS antibodies. Got it. Alright, jack in. You're on. Bye, computer. Was it the airlocks and the feed? Yeah, I think it was. Disengage the interlocks. Access the credentials. Interlocks have been disengaged. Now we gotta get to that research terminal and then get rid of it. Duncan, this is gonna hurt. Lab safe. Safe is locked. You can't find a keyhole or any sort of mechanism that could open it. It seems the safe can only be unlocked via the Matrix. Figured as much. Gotcha, you're up. Alright, let's see where this goes. Let's get the Shawase assassin to cover Duncan. Nice. I should have figured that wasn't gonna work. Alright, that takes care of one. Goshe, you're up. Oh crap. I could detonate those guns over there. Those barrels, baby. It might be risky. I just gotta get rid of those interlockers and free those people. Ah, good. I am glad for the Matrix on this part. At the very least, it's easier to handle. Okay, we need to go over there. Or just do it like this. Okay, so there's another entrance here. Crap. What the? Let's get this research terminal active. Override the Simpson feeds. You sure want to override the Simpson feeds? Yes. Alright. Let's free them. Disconnecting subjects may result in a premature termination of program Silver Dream. The terminal's phrasing seems familiar. This must be what Dr. Tan was talking about. The program commander will release this lab's test subjects. Tan put a lot of emphasis on the dangerous follow of this procedure. Do it. The subjects have been disconnected. Good. Oh, we can actually just fight our way out. Makes sense. Go cover is Raptor, you'll stay here. I kinda need you to back me up anyway. As this sounds, I want to at least be around here looking at the lab safe. We got 3 rounds of the system shut down. We won't be able to access the Matrix then. We could get out of here. Ha! Nice. That drone's gonna be night-night for a while. We at least release this test subjects. We could get out of here. Right. I'm not surprised it didn't work. I don't think that this has a much better chance of killing them than... If we can get this done faster with Isabel, we can actually get this done in a few turns. Assuming that she... Oh crap. Okay, Assassin, you're up. Dang it! Back over both. Move, 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 move. Move. Yes! Hot lab safe control. Yeah, we'll do it like this. 8942. 8118. 14995. 39974. 583364. 947448. 9783412. Screw it. This is it. The hop lap safe control. Now that we got this, we can get out of here. These gates are locked in the hot lab safe. Move. Ah, crap. Get the safe. Doctor reaches in, finds the appropriate vial, and pockets it. The SARS disease sample. Patient 0. We got the disease sample. That's good. I think. I can't tell exactly, honestly, with this. No! Damn it, I did not mean for that. I meant the other one. Okay, we got 2 rounds until we got 1 more round until the system locked down. Afterwards, we're done. We at least got the people out of there. Screw this. I'm out. Okay, let's go and check in here. Ah, this one's a bit better. Okay, if I can... Yeah. Nope. Move. Drone control system. Ooh. I think I can risk that. Accessing the master drone control node, you quickly disable the facility's drone network. The system hiccups a few times, then launches a reboot process. A series of status messages pop up. Apparently, you haven't just deactivated one segment of the drone network, you've sent every drone in the facility to standby mode. You shouldn't have to deal with any drone-based opposition from here on out. Good. Let's get the heck out of here. Screw it, we're running. We got about 1 round before the system shuts down. Well, 2 actually. Should be enough to get us all out of here. Let's set this to follow. That way Raptor can get back his AP. And we can get the hell out of here. At the very least, the drones won't be able to stop us anymore. Oh god. Actually, can we even get out of here? Wait, we're gonna have to kill them all, aren't we? Dang it. I knew something was up. Guess we're gonna have to find our way out. Well, the system's been shut down at the very least. We won't be able to get out, you know. But we did get everything we need. Right. I forgot they can do that now. So, honestly, what's my week been up to, honestly? Not much. Gaming. Well, not really a whole lot, really. Just, you know, trying to live my life, I guess. Ah, right. Pop that in there. Pop that into overclock. Okay, since I know for a fact that the game's not gonna, you know, do that. I have been playing a bit more Elden Ring again. I've been actually been doing good. I've been able to get. Well, I did defeat Mesmer. I'm still trying to get access to the DLC, rest of the DLC. Been talking with a friend of mine over it. It's definitely a lot of stuff we didn't actually expect would go down, but it did go down. All right. There we go. The only one left now is that guy. Is that dude still conjuring? I think I'll move Racked up a little bit. So yeah, I'm streaming early because of the fact that there's going to be a storm hanging this afternoon and I wanted to get it done. Since, you know, basically I stream at around 11 and it'll be around 12 when it hits. Honestly, not a whole lot's been happening with me. I mean, I don't actually have to go to an appointment this week since my therapist is actually busy. So there's that. Yay. Acid. There's the tracer rounds. Good. Let's get the heck out of here. With luck, those research guys will be able to get those test subjects will be able to distract them long enough to get us out of here. A sharp melange of smoke, explosive, and ozone buffets your senses. You're someone calling to you from the pod room. A disheveled, brown-haired elf is crouched just inside the door. His bloodied face turns to you to shout above the din of gunfire and screams. Take cover! Defeat hostile forces. Oh, God. Like I said, those test subjects are about to be very useful in the next few minutes. With luck, they should be burning through the hostiles in about 5 minutes. So I want to get this done fast. Hyperbolic jack. Oh, hydraulic jack. Damn, that dude is just blitzing. Let's see. Let's just move everyone closer. I hope that the stream is gonna process well. I mean, yesterday it would take like almost an entire hour to get this all done, but hopefully with the internet it should probably be okay. It looks like oh dang. A bunch of chromed out test subjects are about to get very, very much vengeance. Maybe we should help them out, make sure that they're going to be okay. We'll split it between the two. Well, 3 since we got Ractor. You go to the back door over there. I want to see what's in there. Duncan, you go with the hostages. Well, the test subjects. Maybe we can help them out. Ractor, you're gonna go with them with Koche. So honestly, like, what else to really talk about, honestly? I mean, not really much has been going on. I mean, honestly, I have been debating on whether I should keep streaming or if I should not. Take a break, you know? I mean, I generally take the 5 weekdays to do all that, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Maybe after this I'll stop streaming, maybe I won't. I don't know. Should I? I mean, it's up to me, but what do you guys think? Like, should I stop streaming? I mean, I doubt people basically watch my streams all that much anyway, but I'd like an opinion, I guess. Nice. These guys are just shredding them up. Looks like they're all evacuating. That's good at least. I guess we really don't have to worry about fighting these guys. It seems like these guys got them all to themselves. I wonder if that where I'm taking Isabel is basically a reflex trigger, dodge next attack. Oh no, this is a lab. Medical closet. So that's where it is. I mean, what the heck am I gonna stream after I finish Shadowrun? That's the one thing I'm curious about. Like, what can I do? Let's... Actually, you know what? We'll have Ractor take... No. Yes. Like, I don't know, like, I've been streaming for like nearly 10 years, but so far nothing really has changed much. I mean, mostly for the fact that I lost a subscriber, but at the same time I've also been, you know, getting a lot more watch time and stuff. Like, people have been watching my stuff. I'm glad. I am happy for it. Thank you, by the way, to the people who have been watching my stuff. Thanks. It's really nice knowing that there are people who actually like my stuff. I would like to see some comments, but I don't know if people will actually like my streams. Like, seriously, I would appreciate having a bit of a comment or something. Like, you know, leave a comment. Just saying. Alright. Hostile forces are dead. Let's go check out the medical supply closet, though. I wish I could blow this place sky high, but this is good enough. 8236. Let's pick up. Shamanic South. Raptor, we'll give that to you. Duncan, you can have this. Now let's get the hell out of here. With luck, we should be home free. There shouldn't be anything else between us and the exit except for Commander Gara. Oh boy. Bloodied elf. The elf from before glances wildly around the chamber. When he turns his gaze to you, you can see his hair is matted with blood. The dark, wet spots on his clothes are likely more of the same. He sure didn't waste any time before spraying us with bullets. Raises his hand to his head and winces at the touch. Damn ricochets. His eyes scan the hall around you. Call me MFI. You know where the hell I am? I don't remember coming here. Last thing I recall, I was in Kulon, about to cut a deal with some new ESPs. Then, nothing. A smiling woman stands nearby, nods to you. Hey, Sim here. I was supposed to meet up with a Johnson to discuss a data seal job. Next thing I knew, I woke up in this place, inside this cold little room. Do you know where we are, stranger? This is a submerged Southwestern research lab. You're being used as test subjects. We're off the coast of Hong Kong in a secret underwater Shawase laboratory. Damn it! Really got myself into a mess this time. He runs a hand through his hair. Explains all this new cyberware, though. I plan on buying some new wear myself. It would have been nice to pick and choose my own upgrades, but hey, this is stuff's free. Why us? Why do we get singled out by the Shawase? I'm just a decker, man. Burned a few corp databases in my time, but nothing worthy of this kind of attention. The smiling woman almost leaps forward. Hey, me too. I'm mostly low profile. Name's Virginia Fizz. I was just in Hong Kong for work. I've never been here before. Isn't this exciting? You're both sinless, right? That's probably why they took you. You wouldn't be missed. MFI clenches his fist into barely controlled anger. His words are curt. Makes sense, I guess. Snatch us off the streets and nobody's gonna come looking. We don't exist anyway. Bastards. Look at the bright side. Look at what's coming to them. No way we're staying trapped down here. She looks in your direction, smile still wide. How are you getting out of here? We got a mini sub, but we can hardly fit ourselves in there. No way we could take anyone else. That's fine. If this is an underwater base, as you say, there's gotta be more subs around. I'll take anything, and I'll cut my way through Shawase if I have to. All I know is that I'm sure as hell not dying down here like some lab rat. Alright, Fizz, let's get out of here. Right behind you. Let's get the heck back to Jobo. You hiss along the maglev tracks, the car's interior glowing faintly blue from distant sunlight filtering down through the seawater. In the distance lies Captain Jomo, Freedom, and Escape from this laboratory. The only sounds other than the electrical humming is the occasional soft bump as the tram shifts tracks. Duncan suddenly lurches toward the window of the tram, cursing under his breath. You're not gonna like this thing, Sean, but we're heading the wrong way. Why are we heading this way? I suspect that we've been rerouted by Shawase's security forces looking to shunt us into an ambush. He works the diagnostic panel open with his fingers and peers inside. There's nothing to indicate an error in the routing system. The diagnostic screen says emergency override. I could probably jack in and get us back on course. We'd probably face less resistance that way, but I'm not sure what kind of environment we'd be fighting in. Alternatively, we could just pull the emergency stop and go the rest of the way on foot. We'd probably be in for a bigger fight, but they'll be expecting us on the tram. We might be able to catch them by surprise. is do it. Isabel drags into the tram, types furiously for a few moments, and then nods in satisfaction. There. The tram's control system now thinks that fires have broken out in over a half-dozen tram lines. Conveniently, the safest path for the tram to take is the one that puts us back on track to our original destination. Nice. I got a bad feeling we're gonna have to be in for a fight, so I'm gonna call it here for today. I'm Giant King Mark, and next time on Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong, we're gonna go on ahead and get out of here. And hopefully those Shiawase patients actually escaped as well. If you like what you all saw, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to stay notified of when I'm gonna upload or stream, and I'll see all of you next time. Laters.